Every one of us, at some point, feels like life is spinning out of control. Whether it's a lost job, a broken relationship, or just the chaotic pace of daily routines, these moments can leave us feeling helpless and overwhelmed. But what if I told you there's a way not just to survive these challenges, but to thrive amidst them? Today, we're diving deep into the wisdom of Seneca, an ancient philosopher who mastered the art of maintaining peace in a tumultuous world. His teachings on Stoicism aren't just philosophical musings. They are practical strategies that have empowered leaders, thinkers, and individuals through the ages, and they can empower us today. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolkit of Stoic principles to help you cultivate mental toughness and reclaim control over your emotions and reactions, no matter what life throws your way. Stick with me, and let's explore how these ancient secrets can be applied to modern life for a calmer, more centered existence. If you appreciate what we're doing here and want to support the channel, a simple and free favor I'll ask is for you to hit the subscribe button. It helps us keep bringing content like this to you. Also, I encourage you not to skip any part of the video. If you're here, you're not like the majority. You're someone who sees the value in diving deep, so consider yourself an exception. Seneca's wisdom, to be everywhere is to be nowhere, captures a crucial principle that is often overlooked in our modern rush to do more and be more. The idea of focusing on one activity at a time is central to Stoic philosophy and can transform how we approach our daily tasks. In a world that celebrates the myth of multitasking, we need to pause and reconsider the effectiveness of this approach. When we try to multitask, we're spreading our attention thin, which can lead to increased mistakes and decreased quality of work. Marcus Aurelius, another revered Stoic philosopher, echoed this sentiment when he advised, "Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions." This focus is not just about improving productivity, it's about cultivating a quality of mind that values depth over breadth. Focusing on one activity at a time allows us to immerse ourselves fully in the task at hand, whether it's a professional assignment, a personal project, or a meaningful conversation. This kind of deep work fosters a greater sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. Plato might argue that this singular focus helps us access a higher form of beauty and truth in our work, as it allows us to give our best effort and create something that resonates with the ideals of goodness and excellence. Moreover, the psychological benefits of focusing on one task at a time are significant. It reduces the cognitive load on our brains, minimizing stress and enhancing our decision-making capabilities. Aristotle, who valued the development of virtues through habitual right action, would likely support this practice as a way to develop the virtue of temperance or self-control, helping us regulate our desire for distraction and immediate gratification. In practicing this focused approach, we not only follow in the footsteps of Stoic philosophers, but also align with the teachings of modern psychology, which suggests that our brains are not wired to handle multiple complex tasks simultaneously. The quality of our work and our life improves when we give our full attention to one thing at a time. Socrates' method of deep inquiry and dialogue, focusing intensely on one subject to the exclusion of all else, exemplifies how powerful this method can be. Embracing this Stoic principle doesn't just make us more productive, it makes us more thoughtful, peaceful, and balanced individuals. It is a rejection of the chaos of modern multitasking and an embrace of a more deliberate and purposeful mode of being. As we practice this, we might find that not only do our results improve, but so does our overall well-being. Seneca's insight, "All the greatest torments are the result of an undisciplined mind," reveals a profound truth about human nature. Our unchecked impulses can be the source of immense emotional turmoil and suffering. Stoicism, which emphasizes the importance of self-control and rational thinking, provides us with a framework to address this challenge. Rather than suppressing our emotions, which is neither healthy nor sustainable, Stoicism teaches us to understand and manage them. The process of managing our impulses begins with self-awareness. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, famously said, No man is free who is not master of himself. This statement highlights the necessity of self-mastery in achieving true freedom and happiness. By becoming more aware of our impulses and the triggers that set them off, we are better equipped to handle them rationally. This doesn't mean denying our feelings, but understanding them deeply enough that we can respond in ways that align with our long-term goals and values. In the realm of philosophy, Aristotle also spoke about the importance of moderating our impulses through the development of virtues. He believed that virtue lies in finding the balance between excess and deficiency, a concept known as the golden mean. For instance, courage is the mean between recklessness and cowardice. Applying this to impulse control, we seek to find a balance between spontaneous reactions and complete inaction, aiming for thoughtful, deliberate responses that reflect our best selves. Moreover, practicing philosophy as a guide to controlling our impulses involves cultivating rational thought as a habit. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of aligning thoughts with rational and virtuous principles. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This perspective encourages us to focus on our internal responses rather than external provocations, thereby gaining greater control over our impulses. By critically examining our impulses with the aid of philosophical wisdom, we can begin to make choices that are not dictated by fleeting emotions, but are the result of careful thought and reflection. This practice not only strengthens our mental fortitude, but also helps us live more harmoniously with our values. It leads to a life where decisions are made not in the heat of the moment, but with a clear, composed mind. The Stoic approach to impulse control is about cultivating an inner dialogue that constantly questions and assesses our instinctive reactions. It is about making philosophy not just a subject we study, but a way we live our lives, allowing us to rise above immediate gratifications and achieve a deeper sense of satisfaction and purpose. This disciplined approach to managing impulses is not just about avoiding emotional pain. It's about forging a path to a more thoughtful, fulfilling life. Seneca, who is all about being prepared, famously said, "Rehearse them in your mind. Exile, torture, war, shipwreck, all the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes." This advice might sound dramatic at first. After all, not all of us are navigating the high seas or entering battle. But what Seneca is getting at here is the concept of mental preparation for life's inevitable challenges, a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. Stoicism teaches us to anticipate and mentally rehearse for the worst, not to fill us with dread, but to diminish the shock and pain when difficulties do occur. This practice is known as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. It's about visualizing the most challenging scenarios, not to worry obsessively, but to be emotionally and mentally equipped when life throws its curveballs. Think about it this way. Athletes practice under tough conditions to prepare for the strain of actual competition. Similarly, by mentally rehearsing challenging situations, we train our minds to handle stress and adversity with less panic and more poise. This Stoic practice helps us appreciate our current state. When we realize how much worse things could be, our everyday problems seem less overwhelming. Applying this Stoicism doesn't mean living in constant anxiety about what could go wrong. Rather, it's about having a realistic acknowledgement of potential negative outcomes. For example, if you're worried about job security, instead of spiraling into fear, you could start preparing by updating your resume, enhancing your skills, or even exploring alternate career paths. This way, if the worst were to happen, you're not caught off guard and are better positioned to handle the situation. Moreover, this principle extends beyond personal crises. It's about maintaining a level of readiness for any significant changes in our lives, from financial instability to personal loss. By staying prepared, we not only shield ourselves from the initial shock, but also quicken our recovery and adjustment periods. We become less reactive and more responsive, a subtle but powerful shift in handling life's uncertainties. Seneca's counsel helps us forge a mindset where we're not overwhelmed by adversity, but are fortified against it. This mental readiness is not about expecting the worst, but about being prepared to deal with any situation, thereby enhancing our resilience and overall mental toughness. Through this Stoic lens, we see not just the potential for loss or hardship, but also the opportunity for growth and renewal in every challenge. Another profound insight from Seneca is, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. This idea is at the heart of Stoicism and speaks to a practice that can seem counterintuitive at first, voluntarily embracing hardships. It's about deliberately choosing to experience discomfort, not as a form of punishment, but as a way to fortify our mental resilience and expand our capacity to handle life's inevitable challenges. Think about what it means to voluntarily embrace hardships. It's like an athlete who trains under harsh conditions to prepare for a competition. The athlete understands that by pushing the limits in a controlled environment, they're better prepared for the stresses of the actual event. Similarly, by choosing to face difficulties head-on, whether that's taking on a challenging project at work, speaking up in public, or even opting to live more simply, we enhance our mental toughness and adaptability. Seneca's approach teaches us that by experiencing controlled adversity, we become more capable of dealing with unexpected adversities. This concept is beautifully illustrated in practices such as intermittent fasting, cold showers, or even digital detoxes. These voluntary hardships condition our minds and bodies to withstand discomfort, making us less susceptible to stress and more resilient in the face of real-life difficulties. Moreover, voluntarily embracing hardship isn't just about preparing for the worst. It's also about appreciating the comforts and privileges we often take for granted. When we occasionally forego these comforts, we develop a deeper sense of gratitude and a more robust appreciation for what we have. This practice aligns with the Stoic value of temperance, moderation, and self-control, which helps us lead more balanced and fulfilling lives. By intentionally stepping into discomfort, we develop a mindset that sees challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to our well-being. We train ourselves to be less reactive and more proactive, approaching life's difficulties with a sense of purpose and control. This Stoic principle empowers us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease, turning potential obstacles into stepping stones for personal development. Voluntarily embracing hardships transforms our approach to adversity. It prepares us mentally and emotionally for the uncertainties of life, making us more resilient and adaptable. By integrating this practice into our lives, we cultivate a sense of inner strength and confidence, knowing that we have the capacity to face and overcome whatever challenges come our way. One of the most powerful yet often overlooked Stoic practices is cultivating gratitude. Seneca advises us to be grateful to those who are ungrateful to you, for thus you teach them to be grateful. This might seem like an impossible task, especially when faced with negativity or ingratitude, but it's a profound exercise in shaping our perspective and nurturing our resilience. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, creating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. This practice doesn't mean ignoring our problems or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about recognizing and appreciating the good amidst the bad. By actively practicing gratitude, we train our minds to seek out positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small they may seem. To implement this Stoic principle, start by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a kind word from a colleague, or the comfort of your home. By regularly acknowledging these moments of gratitude, you build a mental habit of focusing on the positive, which can significantly improve your overall outlook and emotional resilience. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. By expressing appreciation for the people in our lives, we nurture connections and foster a supportive community around us. This practice aligns with the Stoic virtue of justice, which involves treating others with fairness and kindness. When we show gratitude, we contribute to a more positive and cooperative social environment. Furthermore, gratitude helps us cope with adversity. By finding something to be thankful for even in difficult times, we can alleviate the weight of our burdens. This doesn't mean minimizing our struggles, but recognizing that there can still be light in the darkness. It's about finding the silver lining and allowing it to guide us through tough times. Incorporating gratitude into our daily routine can transform our mental state, making us more resilient and capable of facing life's challenges with a balanced and positive mindset. It's a simple yet powerful tool that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and fortitude. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the acceptance of things we cannot change. Epictetus famously said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This principle is about recognizing the limits of our control and focusing our energy on what we can influence. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in trying to control every aspect of our lives. However, this often leads to unnecessary stress and frustration when things don't go as planned. Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. By accepting the things we cannot change, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. This acceptance doesn't mean resignation or passivity. Instead, it's about taking proactive steps within the realm of our influence while letting go of the need to control external circumstances. For example, we can't control the behavior of others, but we can control our reactions to their behavior. We can't prevent unexpected events from occurring, but we can control how we respond to them. To practice this Stoic principle, start by identifying areas in your life where you're expending energy trying to control the uncontrollable. Once you recognize these areas, shift your focus to what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. This shift not only reduces stress, but also empowers you to take meaningful action in areas where you have real influence. Moreover, accepting what we cannot change helps us cultivate a sense of inner peace. By letting go of the need to control every outcome, we create space for tranquility and contentment. This acceptance aligns with the Stoic value of wisdom, as it involves understanding the natural order of things and acting in accordance with it. Incorporating this principle into our lives can significantly enhance our mental well-being. It helps us navigate the uncertainties of life with calmness and composure, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. By embracing this Stoic wisdom, we can develop a resilient mindset that thrives even in the face of adversity. Living in accordance with nature is a fundamental principle of Stoicism. It involves aligning our actions and desires with the natural order of the world and understanding our place within it. Marcus Aurelius encapsulated this idea when he said, "Follow the flow of nature and accept what happens." In the context of Stoicism, living in accordance with nature means recognizing that we are part of a larger whole and acting in harmony with the world around us. This principle encourages us to live simply, ethically, and in a way that respects both ourselves and our environment. It's about understanding that we are interconnected with the world and that our actions have consequences beyond our immediate surroundings. Practically, this principle can be applied by embracing sustainable living practices, such as reducing waste, conserving resources, and being mindful of our consumption. It also involves cultivating virtues such as kindness, compassion, and humility, which foster a harmonious coexistence with others. Moreover, living in accordance with nature means accepting the natural rhythms and cycles of life. This includes understanding that change is inevitable and that everything has its time and place. By embracing this perspective, we can better cope with life's transitions and uncertainties. For instance, rather than resisting aging or the passage of time, we can learn to appreciate the different stages of life and the growth they bring. This principle also encourages us to connect with nature regularly. Spending time outdoors, appreciating the beauty of the natural world, and understanding our dependence on the environment can ground us and provide a sense of perspective. Nature has a way of reminding us of our place in the larger scheme of things and can offer solace and inspiration. By living in accordance with nature, we cultivate a balanced and harmonious way of being that aligns with the Stoic values of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It helps us live more authentically and mindfully, fostering a deeper sense of connection to the world and a greater appreciation for the simplicity and beauty of life. Self-reflection is a key practice in Stoicism that helps us understand our thoughts, actions, and motivations. Seneca advised, "Retire into yourself as much as you can. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." This quote underscores the importance of introspection and self-improvement through reflection and association with virtuous individuals. Engaging in regular self-reflection allows us to evaluate our behavior and align it with our values and principles. It helps us identify areas for growth and recognize patterns that may be holding us back. This practice is not about self-criticism, but about gaining insight into our inner lives and making conscious efforts to improve. To practice self-reflection, set aside time each day to contemplate your actions and thoughts. Journaling is an effective tool for this purpose. Write down your experiences, your reactions, and your feelings. Reflect on whether your actions align with your values and whether your responses are driven by rational thought or impulsive emotions. This process helps you gain clarity and develop a more thoughtful and intentional approach to life. Moreover, self-reflection involves seeking feedback from others. Engage in meaningful conversations with trusted friends or mentors who can provide honest and constructive feedback. Their perspectives can offer valuable insights and help you see blind spots that you might have missed. Self-reflection also ties into the Stoic practice of memento mori, or the contemplation of mortality. Reflecting on the impermanence of life can motivate us to live more fully and authentically. It reminds us to focus on what truly matters and to make the most of our time. By integrating self-reflection into our daily routine, we cultivate self-awareness and foster personal growth. This practice helps us become more mindful, intentional, and aligned with our Stoic values. It empowers us to make better decisions, improve our relationships, and live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on developing inner strength and resilience. Epictetus advised, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." This quote highlights the idea that challenges and adversities are opportunities to build and demonstrate our inner strength. Developing inner strength involves cultivating mental and emotional resilience. It's about learning to stay composed and rational in the face of difficulties and not letting external circumstances dictate our inner state. This Stoic principle encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as setbacks. To build inner strength, start by embracing discomfort and adversity as part of life. Rather than avoiding challenges, face them with courage and determination. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you build confidence and resilience, reinforcing your inner strength. Additionally, practice self-discipline and control over your impulses. Seneca noted, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." This means exercising control over your desires, emotions, and reactions. By practicing self-discipline, you strengthen your ability to stay focused and composed, even in challenging situations. Inner strength also involves maintaining a positive and proactive mindset. Instead of dwelling on problems, focus on finding solutions and taking constructive action. This mindset shift helps you stay empowered and resilient, regardless of the circumstances. Moreover, cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning in your life. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it becomes easier to navigate challenges and stay motivated. Your purpose acts as a guiding star, helping you stay grounded and resilient in the face of adversity. By developing inner strength, you build a foundation of resilience and fortitude that enables you to handle life's challenges with grace and composure. This Stoic principle empowers you to stay true to your values and principles, regardless of external circumstances, and to live a life of courage, wisdom, and purpose. Incorporating these Stoic principles into your daily life can significantly enhance your mental toughness and resilience. By cultivating gratitude, accepting what you cannot change, living in accordance with nature, practicing self-reflection, and developing inner strength, embrace Stoicism, and you will discover a path to true success that has stood the test of time.